Simone goes on a mission to save Tay, Crystal finds a spark of love, and Tia's got a girlfriend with a wicked right cross. And also, in studio, we have a special guest. So let's light up the live chat, because it's a little Black Girl Magic night on the Boomerang After Show. Let's go!
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, everyone. How's everyone doing today?
Amazing.
Good?
Very good.
Good. Hey, it's been that kind of week. We're at what, Wednesday? So we're on a hump day.
Hump day all the way.
You know what I'm talking about?
Women Crush Wednesday.
Yes, that's us.
That's what I'm talking about. Hope everybody out there, all you AfterBuzzers, whether you're watching us online or by podcast, hope you guys are having a fantastic evening. A little shout out, of course, goes out to you guys, the fans. We love you guys. Lighten up, like I said, in the chat, keeping things real and lively for us. And if you're not in the live chat, what are you doing with your life? For real, it'll be getting lit in there. So before we get going, like I said, let me go ahead and introduce my illustrious and lovely panel up here.
Hey guys, I'm Missy Vernier.
Hey everyone, it's your girl, Nicole Hutchins.
Shout out to Nicole. We missed her last week. What's up, y'all? I'm Portia Carter.
And I am your host and moderator, Tanir Williams. And in the building tonight, special guest, we have Miss Tetona Jackson.
Yay!
AKA Simone. Yeah,
Yes.
Miss Jackson, if you're nasty.
Miss Jackson, if you're nasty.
Or not. I don't know. Just either way.
Miss Jackson, you're our Women Crush Wednesday.
Yes.
Thank you so
You're
much.
so beautiful.
Thank
Yes.
you, as all of you are. And you're handsome.
Oh, I appreciate that. Dang. And that's going to end the show right there. So, a lot going on tonight on the episode. I loved it. It was a great episode. So before we get into all that, because we've got a lot to talk about, let me get overall thoughts, starting with Missy.
Overall thoughts. I think this episode was really good. I feel like it's now setting the foundation of all the characters. I'm really starting to dig it. I liked it.
For sure. This one, for me, my personal opinion, was better than last week's. Even though all the episodes have been good, I just really enjoyed this one better than last week. So I can't wait till we dive deep and dig in.
Right on.
We got the background I've been looking for, that I've been trying to seek out. What's up? I'm glad they let us in on that.
Nice. And do you have any thoughts on the episode?
It was a fun one.
Yeah.
It was a fun one. all girls episode. What?
I was going to
Yeah,
say, I was
lit.
like, we're definitely going to dive into that. Faux show. So let's get into things. Let's start it off with, basically the main thing of the show this week was Simone going on a mission to get Tay. She gets the call. Yeah. She's in a little bit of trouble, and she's got to gather up the group, and they... girls trip it out, about an hour and a half away.
Gather up the group.
Yeah.
Gather up the funds.
Right.
Yes. Because it takes funds to get people out of jail.
Right. Now, one of the first things that caught me when watching it was when Tay gives you the call. Mm-hmm. It seems like it's not the first time, maybe she's been into something. Because you're like, what is the problem?
She's that little sister that's always, getting into trouble and you got to get her out. So when she calls, I'm kind of like, yo, what now?
Right. Yeah. She's trying to give you the excuse. And you, I think you said, because it's a family show, what is the problem? So it's just kind of get to the point.
Yeah.
What do we got to do today? And I think it's interesting because your character, Simone, you really kind of see her in this episode. She is almost like the mother type figure in this one.
Yeah, I'm the one kind of trying to keep everybody out of trouble, pulling everyone from each direction, trying to keep everything together and everyone together, but it doesn't work out.
And that's the thing, like you said, it was interesting to try to see, like you said, whether it was dealing with Tay, Crystal, when she's not having her little, spark of love, and you're just like, what is going on, people?
I know. I'm just like, let's get out of here.
Right.
But,
yeah. And one of actually the funniest things, and I want to get your guys' take on this, was when in the car ride when they start talking about the black movies.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was like, when they were getting on your case.
Black card got revoked.
I want to get your guys' take, each one of you. And we'll start with Portia on this one. So when they were talking about the 5 heartbeats and Jason's lyric and all, for me, I actually, when they were talking about the 5 heartbeats, I was also thinking of the Temptations because that guy Leon is in both of them. So I was like, I think I'm getting stuff mixed up too. Maybe my card would be revoked.
No. You ain't wrong. Because I thought like that too.
Okay.
I had to remember, okay, no, it's 2 different ones. But Temptations, I can't even get on that story or why that's so deep in my brain. But that's something. But yeah, I knew exactly what they was talking about with Jason Leary, Poetic Justice. You know, them are movies. Why wouldn't you know what they are?
Right. And when she came with the line with the Keenan Ivory Wayans one, you know, and you said like, oh, wasn't that the one with Keenan? You know, and they were like, oh, and even I was like,
I know, yo, Simone, yeah.
Like, Simone, you gotta pull it together.
when Tia was like, get into your black movies, you know, type thing. So I was like, yeah, those are kind of the basics. What about you, Nicole?
Yeah, you know what? Simone did better than I would have in that scene, to be honest with you. My black card.
I agree.
I'm just gonna be all the way real. Because yes, I did get it confused with Temptations or whatever. Like I got the 2 confused. And then
But you ain't pull it back in, retract.
I mean, yeah, eventually I did, but I never saw Jason's lyric. I'm gonna be real.
I've seen it, but it took me a little bit before I had seen it.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah. No, I haven't. And that's the same
That's
reaction
like
I
saying
got.
you ain't seen Boys in the Hood.
Okay, and then I've the reaction that I got. When you tell somebody you've never seen Love and Basketball, even though I have seen Love and Basketball, but at the time when it came out, it had been years, like 5 years later, I still hadn't seen it. And people are just like, what?
Right.
The same reaction you gave me, like, what?
It's just like, we gonna have to replace you tonight.
You grew up and didn't have Kool-Aid in your house?
You know
Right.
what you are.
Yeah.
Well, my
So,
wife-
Simone did,
my white
she did
side's
be on
out
that.
because I'm biracial, but I was like, I've seen none of these movies. I've seen Love and
Shut the
Basketball.
front door.
I've seen like the early 2000s, but I just wasn't raised on that, so.
Yeah,
It's
that
never
was-
too late.
So maybe
Yeah.
It's never too
Right.
late because my heart done dropped for you. We got to get you in front of a screen with
Now
the
we
whole
know.
playlist,
It-
okay?
Like you said, it would be like the black movie list going out
Yeah.
tonight, like must watches, so that I'm not.
You need a rundown.
have a
I
black
got
movie
you.
night.
What's like the top 5?
black movie night.
Top 5. So
Ooh.
my
Poetic
top 5.
Justice, for sure.
I've seen
I would
clips.
do Poetic Justice. I would do Temptations. The Wood.
But the Temptations
The
wasn't
Wood.
that?
I saw
That was
The
like a
Wood.
TV.
Yeah,
show.
I would do Best Man
I saw that.
and
Okay.
Brown Sugar.
What about the
No
Jack-
Soul Food.
Brown
Oh,
Sugar.
Wait, that's more.
Soul Food. Oh my God, I can't.
What
It's
about-
hard. I
what
can't. I
about-
gotta get a top 10. I gotta
Top
get a
10.
top 10.
I saw
Okay.
like 2 of your top.
What about
10,
the Jacksons'
top 5.
All American Dream?
Oh, please.
That movie. We're not gonna go there.
Okay.
Tetona, what's your top?
Oh my
Favorite
God,
black
I don't
movies?
know. I like right now. I'm literally blanking. Everything you said, Poetic Justice, The Wood, Love and Basketball,
Yeah.
Definitely.
Brown Sugar.
What's some of the ones in the chat? People. 'cause I
Love
know-
Jones.
Ooh,
Oh, that's
that was
my
a good one.
movie.
Yes.
How
That
did
was
I
a
miss
good one.
Love Jones? See, look, it's okay.
Right. Are people?
But I still gotta,
in
you
the
know, I
chat
still gotta
throwing
catch
out
up
some?
too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And of course, Boomerang, the original.
The
original. I mean,
yes.
yes,
How
top
can-
5.
How can
Yes.
we forget
Boomerang.
that, right?
Yes.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
We are on the show. We
That's
got
what's
to
we
mention
got
that.
to put we got to put
Yeah.
Boomerang in there for
I mean,
sure.
but the original movie, that's a must
Well,
watch.
it's funny
That's a
because
must-see.
Yeah.
it's funny because they're even in the I think it was episode 2 on Game Night when they were doing the '90s references with Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society. So I'm like, is it something with the writers? They were like, we love these '90s
You know
black
what it is?
movies.
Yeah. It's we're trying to connect the movies with the. With
And
the
even
show.
this, we were talking about it.
Even with the music
I was
too.
gonna say,
Y'all
Yeah.
the
connected all
soundtrack.
of that.
you guys
It's
yeah.
like
Love it.
one big melting pot of '90s blackness.
Right.
Well, I think it's also too because we want people who have seen the original to be able to like still watch
Yeah,
the
relate
show
to
and
it.
relate. And
Got it.
Yeah.
That makes
Right.
sense.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
That all makes sense. Now, one of the funny things, Tetona, that I thought was really funny was during the car ride when they're heading out to get Tay Tay. First of all, the faces that you make, I mean, alone, like her disgusted faces are just like the like the, you know, like whenever someone when Rocky would say something, you know, and she would just give like I can't even do it, but it's just like the eyes. And I was like, she was probably cast. They were like, could you give us that look? And
Those
they
are
did
natural.
it. And she was just.
Those are not too. I mean, I love Kim. It's funny because Kim who plays Rocky, her and I would always joke on set. We'd be like, man, we are always arguing with each other, but we're such good friends off screen. But it was fun to play that alongside each other. But yeah, I mean, am I allowed to say the B word? I don't know.
Oh,
I mean,
I've seen-
it's cool. I won't say it, but I've been told that I have a resting bee face.
Okay.
So
Because I was thinking, I was like, if they were told her, like, okay, let's give us an eye roll, or because some
I'm
of
good
those
at the
shots,
eye
I
roll
was just
too.
like,
I pull that out a lot too.
she was
Yeah.
like, that was
I love your eye rolls.
Yeah.
They're
Thank you.
captivating.
Thank you so much.
captivating.
I appreciate
captivating eye rolls.
No, I'm so serious because
I'm
you be
learning
all
something all
in.
the
You
time.
watch the way she go right to left real quick.
Mm.
Somebody tweeted last night that the way I be looking makes them want to like when I'm angrily looking at one of the girls in the show, they're like, yo, you had me stop.
Yeah, no, for real.
Like, you had me think you were mad at me. I was like, yo, I'm sorry.
That's fact.
But that's good that you're showing emotion like that through your lines, and like it's actually like genuine, sort of. Yeah.
Thank you, yeah.
She's like, because I was really mad at that.
Yeah.
moment.
No,
Like,
I'm playing.
it was
No, it was
acting
a lot.
going on.
That episode, I mean, all the episodes are fun to film, but that episode was having all the girls, and it was a fun episode to film.
Right. Now, I wanted to pose this to the chat. Just kind of the situation that you guys were dealing with, going to get, in this case, it was like relative or, out of jail. But have you guys ever been in the situation where someone's had to come get you out of some...
Messy situation.
Or jail.
Not necessarily jail.
Okay.
Just maybe
Okay.
something
Some
it's like,
messy
hey, you
situation.
got to come get me or come get me.
Of course.
So I was gonna say, let's kind of, is there stories that can be shared, or you don't have to name names or anything. Just kind of.
Okay. So, one time I had got into it with my boyfriend's mother.
Oh.
It was one of those situations to where, you want to respect adults. I was a teen at the time. I wanted to respect adults, so I didn't want to just go off and start hitting her and everything. So I told my cousin, I said, come get me right now. She was there in 2.5 seconds.
Wow.
With the pull-up, like, what you need? You want me to come up in there with you? You want to go? And I was just like, no, we good. Let's go. So I
Right.
bounced. And it was snowing. I was in Detroit on the east side. Like, it was just a lot going wrong with that situation because I was waiting on her outside with the snow up to my knees. Like, come out, get me now.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's well done. This life of Portia Carter.
Well, I don't have quite a story like that. Fortunately, I've never been almost in a fight. I don't think I have in my life, so I'm pretty blessed and fortunate for that. But
Ooh, you real blessed.
hopefully I can
She's
say
like,
this.
I'm
My mom
I'm
is not
skilled at
watching.
staying
But
up.
there was a time where I was running late to a party. And everyone was already lit. Like, they're just lit, right? And I'm like, wait a minute, I need to get lit too. This is my first time really getting lit, and I had nothing to eat all day. I didn't have anything to eat all day. So the girl I was friends with at the time, I think she was celebrating her, 19th birthday. And her mom had gotten... No, not 19th. I'm sorry. Not 19. 22. Sorry. We were legal. Okay. I just want to say that for the record. Okay.
Disclosure.
So there was a bartender there that had everything set up. I'm like, bartender, give me 3, 4. And they were like, whoa, are you sure? And I'm like, no, just give it to me. So I'm just downing them, knocking them down, right? Because I'm trying to get like everybody else, right? Bad idea.
Very.
Very bad
Very.
idea.
Alcohol has
I
a
was
waiting
not going to
limit.
go home.
Like a
that
waiting
night.
period.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
didn't-
pace it
Yeah.
out.
Right, but see, I didn't know that. That was my first time doing
no.
it. So
And
one
you
of
didn't
my
eat all
friends
day.
has a call. Right, and I didn't eat all day. One of my friends had to call my
Oh.
mom. Miss Hutchins, your daughter is not going home tonight. Okay, she's gonna have to stay here tonight. She can't leave. So
Dang.
Wow.
I was gonna call mom to have her come and get me, but they were like, we're gonna watch her. I had some good friends, so the friends and the parents. Thank God I was with some great people. But so yeah, I guess I didn't call anybody, but someone called somebody for me. So there we go. That's the story.
Wow. Okay, that was good. I was kind of thinking like, oh, it's going to be all, Nicole coming strong with the story, though. I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
No problem.
I really don't put myself in awkward, messy situations. I don't leave my house, so I like,
Wow.
so
She's like, I'm
She
already
said,
at the
I
house.
stay at home.
I stay at home,
stay
have a
safe.
wine night, go to bed.
Okay.
Yep, that's what I
So
do.
if things get rowdy, like you already at the house.
I'm
like,
already
oh,
at the
like-
house. Let's
Smart.
Just take me
Yep.
in my room,
Yep.
type thing.
Yep.
For me, man, there was one instance when this was in college. One of my friends and I, we were in Vegas, and you already know, like a Vegas type story.
already know.
Yeah,
It was
Vegas.
one of those things where we were going around different like clubs, got separated from our other friend who had the car. So then we look up and we're like, oh, they gone? Like, how we getting back to the spot? Because we were staying at like somebody's condo or something. So it wasn't like we were on the strip where you could just like, oh, let's walk back to the hotel. We were like off the beaten
You could
path.
have Lyft, Uber.
Well, we ended up getting a cab because we were like, oh, maybe they're back at the house because it was late. We got there, door was locked, and we were locked outside, no car. So we're like, oh, it was one of those complexes that has like a pool, you know, and stuff. So we're like, we'll go lay out on the lounge just because we were tired. I was like, I'm sleepy though.
So
like,
you was gonna go sleep.
We're outside, randomly in Vegas, like rain clouds like rolled through.
Rain.
Oh my God.
So we're like, you know, like you're tired, and then you're always saying, is that droplets on my face? And you look up, and there's cloud. I'm like, this is not happening. Like, I really wanted to cry because you come down from the high of being out all night. Now you're like, I just want to go to bed now. You know, we're locked out of this place. Literally, there was like rain coming down. We're like running into like underneath. They had like little garages or like whatever, but we're just standing there. We don't have anywhere to go. Friend pulls up after about like 30 minutes, like, where'd y'all go? All this stuff, you know. So we ended up getting in, but it was just like I was really thinking like I might have to sleep outside tonight. Like it was kind of a scary situation. So
It's okay. You was camping.
yeah.
What about you, Tetona?
Oh man.
Like real life Tetona, not like Simone.
Real life. Okay, so it was my friend's birthday. She had a house party. I didn't do anything wrong. Let's just put it out there. I was there with my boyfriend at the time. We were turning up, but the cops showed up. Mm-hmm. And my friend was a little turned, and I was turned. I was lit, so...
But you ain't do nothing, though.
I didn't do anything. It was just the music was loud. Somebody called the cops because the music was loud. But me, I'm like, the cops are here. And but I handled it very well. I went to my friend who was way too lit, and I was like, yo, you gotta chill right here. And I went and talked to them, and they were like, you know, you just gotta keep it down. And I was actually very proud of how I handled the situation, being lit. But no, but I didn't have to call anybody. That I was good.
Thanks. So you had like a little Simone in you at the time.
You know what?
What?
That's crazy. Like, yeah. Anytime, even if I'm like lit, if something comes up, I'll like pull it together real quick and be like, all right, we gotta figure this out.
But it's good though.
That's amazing how people can do that. So, you know, just be all like, something happens, like, wait a minute. You know,
Yeah, with like compose
down,
yourself,
comes
pull
right
it
back.
together.
It take a lot, too.
Yeah.
A lot of energy.
It is, because after that, you're like, damn, I want to go to bed now.
It took all my energy to do that.
Be drained.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, one thing, also, the other thing that I noticed in this episode was in terms of you and Rocky, like the relationship, the way it started, you know, like you said, you guys going at each other, everybody's just nipping at, you know, talking about the car, or, you know, you ain't got no money, you broke, like this and this and this. And then by the end, when dude comes and grabs Tay's arm, and you kind of step to him, and then she comes up and she just unloads that right cross on him. I felt like it was a little bit of like, oh, okay, you know.
She had my back.
Yeah.
She pulled through, you know, she's dating one of my best friends. I'm looking out for my best friend. But ultimately, at the end of the day, she pulled
Y'all
through.
homies. She looking out for you.
She's looking out for her girl, who's looking out for me. So
yeah,
it's a full. It's, you
but
know.
y'all are friends though, because like she's like living in your house with her.
Me and no, Rocky's not. No.
Oh,
Rocky's not living in the house though.
She just visits often.
She's just there all the time, which is what drives Simone crazy a little bit. Like, go home.
Right.
You know that friend who, like, I luckily do not have to deal with a roommate, but I have so many friends who have dealt with roommates where, like, they have their significant others over all the time. And it's like, yo, get out of my house.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that type of situation.
I get it.
Yeah, okay. Experienced that before.
And I'm wondering, are we going to see some more of like Rocky coming in the situation?
You will. I'm very excited. She's in a few more episodes. I'm excited to have her back. She's fun. She's so much fun to work with.
I was going to say, she definitely adds like a little something like...
Yeah, she adds a little like...
Spice.
To the episodes, yeah.
And that would, and definitely even during that card playing scene when they were playing spades, you know, just the way she was like coming down, I was like, oh man, like she's like everything. She was just another one of those just like truth sayers, you know, just everything she's saying. Even like when we were in the car, you know, like y'all got all this, but you don't have enough money to go get her out. You trying to talk about my car, you know? I was like, there was just a lot of realness.
I mean, the car was busted.
Right.
Get your window fixed.
Right.
There's a little beef.
We saw that, the little trash bag in the window, and
Space heater in the back.
Right. Like, come on.
Yeah, the space heater.
See, I think that's why Simone's like, get Tia, come on.
Right. Like, before you talk.
Get you somebody little. But no, Rocky's dope.
She's no, definitely look forward to her. And before we get into anything else, After Buzzers, we always have some critical information that we like to share with you that will just make you a better overall person.
What? Okay, yes, we do. We just want to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV Talk. For us to continue to grow, we could use your help. So make sure to subscribe on YouTube, give us a rating on iTunes, and leave us a comment. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to me because I love this panel, love giving my thoughts, my opinions, even talking to a guest from the show. So it's lit. So thank you for supporting us and doing what we love to do.
Give us those 5 stars on iTunes, and definitely check us out on YouTube. So we appreciate you guys. Anybody in the chat? I was wondering, did they throw out any movies going back to
the movies they throwed out? Belly, shout out to Belly. That was a good one, and Harlem Nights. They didn't say any more. Let me see. Nope.
Okay.
They went way back. Harlem Nights.
I was gonna say Harlem Nights. That's keeping it on the Eddie Murphy.
Coming to America.
Yeah.
Coming to America.
Coming to America's my movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, if you hadn't seen that,
No, I've seen
you would
that.
have a real problem.
I think there's another one that might be coming out, you guys.
Coming to America?
Coming to America.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a
I think
sequel.
they're
I think they're working
so
on that.
not-
I'm on that.
Yeah.
I'm usually not fond of sequels
Right.
to very old movies,
Right.
but I'm on that. Like, I love
Well, like
Coming
you said,
to
I mean,
America.
that's so classic. It's like,
Yeah.
man, you got to come.
Y'all better
come
come with it.
that
Y'all need to
Yes.
come with it. Yeah.
Otherwise, that'll just be like, oh, why did they do that? Type
Right.
thing. So, now the next thing I wanted to move into that we saw in tonight's episode was Crystal.
Yes.
Couple different things going on with Crystal. One, the relationship between Simone and Crystal. You kind of see them on a little deeper level than just the kind of bit going back and forth. And then also she kind of finds her kind of little spark of love at this little get together. So actually, I wanted to start with that. The guy that first of all, that's
Kunta.
I was like when she said that. And even just your face when you were like, I can't, right? You like
When
everything I've already
he smells
been
like
through.
fresh laundry.
Right.
It's fine. Like what?
Right.
Some
Now-
people
That
be,
line.
But I was
some
gonna-
people stink.
I did. I did want to get from you guys kind of. So when you first saw Kunta, were you just like, okay, Crystal, or is he kind of your
Well,
guys?
I did.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, Chris.
When
I think he might work for Chris. I mean, I don't know. That's what I was thinking. My initial thoughts. It's like, okay. Kind of wish I was in her position.
And
right
the fact
now.
that he knew how to cook, because I guess he was getting down with the.
with
The
the
mac and cheese.
mac and cheese.
Yeah,
Yes.
even I was like, oh man.
I mean, I
let me-
will say that's one of the ways to my heart.
Mm.
Okay.
Facts.
Mac
Facts.
and cheese.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
But like, I love food. Period.
Right.
So
So a man that can cook is a
that's
good.
that's a.
is a good
I
for you.
don't know if I've ever been with somebody who knows how to cook.
Dang.
Yeah. I don't
Hey,
think
so
I-
get your game together.
It's
You try to
just
step
step
to
your game
step
up,
to,
man. But I'm
for
trying
real.
to.
To Tona, you better come right. Be like,
But no, like I'm a foodie, so if you know how to cook, that's dope.
It was just funny seeing Crystal's face when he said that. He was like, oh, because I used the roux, because my dad's from New Orleans. She was like, really? Like, she almost was like melted. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is something we need to look into more. I got to get my cooking skills up,
I'm not about to play with you.
But yeah, no. So we find out kind of the history of with Crystal and David. 'Cause
Finally.
we had been wondering.
Yeah, a lot of
especially
people.
after-
Every week everyone's kind of trying to figure out like, are they ex-boyfriend and
Right,
girlfriend?
right.
Like, what's the deal? But yes, they were married. Yeah.
And so, from what I gathered, is they've been. This was an anniversary, so they've been divorced a year, or
Yes, this was their year anniversary of the divorce. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, she was. We don't know. I mean, she says that she wasn't going through it, but who knows? But like I said, when she saw old dude, she's just kind
Yeah,
of.
she had a spark in her eye.
Right, that's for sure. And even when she was talking, well, it was funny because when he said that he wasn't going to the league or he didn't want to play football,
Right.
and apparently it sounds like he was good at it. They wanted to be like the mechanic.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised that she wasn't like, what? Like you don't want to go? You better pursue that. She was
Yeah.
like, yeah, go be your mechanic or.
Go be your true self.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
It's the principle.
It is.
It's the principle of
That's
the
why it's
matter.
a-
He was living up to a dream that was never his. It was a status quo type of dream. You get a big black, he said it too, you get a big black man who knows how to run, put him in the league, make him make this money for the family, okay, for everybody. We all gonna be on, and that's what his daddy was on, and he's not there. That's not what he wants to do. He doesn't want to live with the big black man who can run stereotype, gotta play football. So. And
it was also interesting when she said, "Oh, I want to be a mechanic," and Crystal was like, "Oh, you want to be a," and he was like, "What's that mean?" She's like, "I'm not saying nothing. I'm just," I felt like maybe the fact that he could cook, and now she's like, "Oh, he's." Wants to do something.
I mean,
maybe that was like the double.
Loves a man who know how to do stuff with his hands. Okay,
that's gotta keep it a family show. No, I'm just kidding. It's all good.
I'm gonna stay quiet on that.
But a dream is a dream. If that's his dream, then that's his dream.
Here's the thing, though. There's nothing worse than doing something you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Right. Being pressured or pushed into somebody else's dream.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's my question. That's going to be a question for you, right? Like, and we've all gone through it. So I think it would be sort of a hypothetical to ask, have you ever been in a position where you were following someone else's dream and not yours? And at what point did you realize and take a step back and said, no, I can't do this. I have to do this for myself. How did you?
Not necessarily following in somebody else's footstep, but I was never, I didn't go to college. For me, I graduated high school and I went on tour straight after high school. So that was kind of my point of like talking to my mom and being like, look, this is what I want to do and I'm going to go for it. But luckily I've had very supportive parents, so I've never really been in a position where I was following somebody else's dreams. My parents have been super supportive. The only thing I will say is, there was a level of like wanting to make a name for myself because my dad is in the industry. But he never pressured me into doing anything that I didn't want to do. He's very supportive too, so.
That's awesome.
That's
always good to have, and that's good that your parents didn't like pressure you to go to college because
No, there was. My mom.
She's like,
okay. There was that.
Okay.
But I kind of had to there were lots of discussions. Like I don't knock college. I think college is great. I don't necessarily feel like it's for everybody, right. And I don't think there's like a time limit on it. I could go back right now if I wanted to, but at the time I didn't feel like it was something that I wanted to go for, and there was nothing really like I had an offer to go do something that I loved to do at the time, and for me I was like, why would I not take it?
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure. That's good.
Right on. Well, being that you are the star of the show, that's a huge thing, getting like a star. So first of all, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yes.
So let me know when after you went through the process, you get that call, or maybe your agent calls you or whatever, like
when I found out I booked it.
Who was the first person you call? How did you act? Like, was it just
I cried. I cried. I remember it literally like it was yesterday. I first of all had like a whole breakdown the night before. Because I hadn't heard anything yet, and I was like, I don't know. I didn't book it. And it was like a whole like mental breakdown of like, what are you doing with your life, blah blah blah. The next morning I pulled it together. I had another audition, and actually for another Lena Waithe project, and I was like, I pull it together.
Right.
And I sat down, I started to study, and I saw my phone started ringing. And it was my agent calling, and I when you look at the phone and you're like, I don't know if I want to answer this right now, because it could go one of two ways.
Right.
I answered it, and she was like, hey, are you driving? Are you home right now? I was like, no, I'm home. And she was like, okay, so if you could scream she was like, are you by yourself? And I was like, yeah, why? She was like, so you could scream if you wanted to. And I was like, yeah, why? And then my manager was on the phone with her, and they told me the news, and I literally threw everything that was on my lap, and I literally dropped down to the ground and started bawling. And then right after I got off the phone with them, I started pacing around my apartment, like sweating, crying. I was like, I don't know what to do right now. I called my mom right after, and I was like bawling, And she thought something was wrong with me. She was like, "Are you going to the doctor? What's happening? Why?" I was like, "No." And like I couldn't catch my breath. And I finally told her I booked it, and she started crying. And yeah,
Wow.
and yeah.
I'm about to cry.
It's great too. I'm like
Hold
really
on.
listening. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Man, so yeah, like I said, because like you said, that's like a dream of so many people. So it's
Yes.
for it to actually come to fruition.
It's still very surreal to me.
Right.
You know, like I'm so blessed to be a part of it. To be the lead, that's amazing. But to be the lead on this project was such like icons, and the cast is amazing. The storyline is so much fun, and I love my character. Like I couldn't ask for anything more.
Right. Oh, that's
Yeah.
Speaking
awesome.
of icons, what was it like meeting Halle Berry?
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to lie and say I didn't fangirl, but I like froze.
Okay.
I like kind of stood there and was like, "Whoa, this is what?" She's amazing. She's such a light to be around. She's so beautiful inside and out, and very humble, very down to earth. Yeah.
What is it like working with Lena?
Lena is a powerhouse.
Yeah.
She was very hands-on. She was back and forth in Atlanta filming with us, and she just like I joke around all the time, and I'm like, "Yo, when do you sleep?" Because she is always working. She's in New Orleans right now. She's just constantly throwing projects out, but not just like mediocre projects, like dope projects. And yeah, she's very inspirational to be around. She's
that's
dope,
amazing.
Now it seems what I wanted to know was definitely like the cast. You guys seem like you guys are just a cat. The characters are, just seem super fun, and it seems like you guys probably have fun just on set. What's for you in the episodes that you filmed so far, or I guess in these first 4? Have you had like what's the biggest like blooper moment that's happened like while you've been filming?
Oh, there's a really funny one. Episode 4, when I
This episode.
Yes. When I
Perfect
run
time.
down the stairs, that was like a whole segment because it was on Steadicam, so we had to get the timing right. The jacket had to come on. It was like a whole thing. So in one of the takes, I ran downstairs, threw the jacket on, and I missed the doorknob and just rammed into the door. And just like
Ow.
rammed into it and slid down. And
Slide down.
all you could hear from the other side of the door is Lala and Kim laughing hysterically.
they didn't even have a decency.
They you know what, they laughed. No, like Kim laughed, but her laugh wasn't as loud. Lala was just like laughing hysterically, and she laughed for a cool second, and then she was like, "Are you okay?"
Right, let me laugh first and then
Yeah,
ask
she
you
got
if
she
you're
got the
okay.
laugh out, and then
Right.
she
How many takes did that take for you to get that just right?
I want to say like 5.
Oh, okay, not
5 or
bad.
6,
I was thinking
yeah.
it was gonna be a lot.
No, we like once we got the timing, Tiffany, our director, was like, "All right, scrap the jacket. We'll put it on after." And me being like the way I am is if you give me a challenge, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna deliver. So I was like, "No, I got this," and we made it work.
That's good.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Persevered.
And is there like a prankster on the set or someone who's always like trying to do stuff to people like, you know
prankster.
what? If they don't sit down somewhere, type thing.
Or somebody that just play too much.
Nobody that not a prankster or play too much, but Lala's always like.
I was gonna say she seems like from seeing her on Instagram and stuff, like the way she is. I was
That's
like,
how she is. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, she's definitely like goofing around on set. But she like whenever we work, like all of us joke, like all of us goof around with each other. But when it's time to work, we're very all right. Let's do this.
Now, one other thing that I wanted to ask, and it's kind of like I think you had alluded to it earlier. I don't know if you guys knew that she is an accomplished ice skater.
What?
I did not know that.
You went on tour with Disney on Ice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering. I mean, there's not very many black folks
There
in ice
aren't.
skating. So
Yeah.
how did that even?
You can't even get me on the mug.
Okay, so I was at Universal City Walk. I don't know if they still do it, but they used to do like it was kind of like a Rockefeller Center type thing, where they do like the skating rink and like a tree and stuff. And when I was younger, me, my mom, my cousin, and her mom, we were at Universal, and we were getting ready to leave, and I heard the music, and I turned around and I saw the tree, and I was like, I dragged her, and I was like, can we please go over there? I saw what it was, and I begged her to let me just like skate, you know, before we leave, can I please just rent some skates and try it? And she finally let me. I ended up on the news that night, they were like, hey, I was just like one of the people they interviewed there randomly that night, but
look at God.
I know, and it just
Right.
like I fell in love with it and asked my mom to put me into skating lessons, and
Because that's
And
like
she did it.
I hear that's like
That's
a lot
so
of
amazing.
that's a lot
Yeah.
of hard work. Like
it
people
is,
up
it is, and I
early.
will say, like, I'm so thankful that I did have that back in the day, because the discipline that it took for that, like, I would wake up at like 4 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, go
Wow.
skate, go to school, come back, do homework, and then go back and train. So I've definitely been able to carry that discipline into like my work now.
That's
Man.
Which is
amazing.
great, yeah.
Do you still do it? You still go out there?
I don't. I really want to just go back for fun, because it is a great workout. It's like all the muscles at once.
I was gonna
Like,
say.
yeah, it's.
Because you got to keep yourself up on that ice.
Yeah.
Or you.
I will tell you this: ice is not forgiving.
No.
When you fall, it hurts.
Ooh, man, like you said,
It's
when,
hard.
True.
when I
Yeah.
be watching the Olympics and stuff, and they be fight, you be like, oh, like when
Yeah.
they make those.
It's not. It's not a forgiving sport.
Yeah, you get bruises. It's bad.
I've been like kicked with a blade before. I've like
Oh my gosh.
chipped my tailbone. It's a yeah. Yeah.
OMG.
Wow.
That's
no
a
joke.
lot.
Yeah, no joke.
Oh, I see why you, you're not doing that no more.
Yeah, after and also like after being on tour, I was kind of like, you know what, I love it. I need to get off. I need to remove myself, and I wanted to move into acting, and
I did see that you are a recording artist too, right?
I
So
did,
how's
yeah.
that?
that
How's
is very
that like?
it's fun. I do that mostly. Like, I love music. My dad's a jazz musician, so that's kind of like how I got into it. But for me, it's more so like it's fun for me. It's like an escape a little bit. I miss the studio so much. I've been wanting to get back into the studio, but I've been like crazy. But
Did you drop some bars in that episode when Tia was in there doing
I
the rap?
didn't.
You were like, no, hold
I
on,
didn't.
let me get in
if
there.
you like pay close attention, me and Brittany, who plays Crystal, like at the end of episode 4, we're kind of like
Y'all were singing.
We're singing
I
along, because
did
she
see.
also sings.
I heard
yeah.
it. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they let a little vocal show a little bit. Give us something.
Oh no.
No. You could just sing "I Want to Be Down," the song that was on
Well,
tonight.
Oh yeah.
Look.
First, I thought that was funny that Tay was like you guys were all in the song Feel It, and she's like, could you guys turn that down?
I know.
I was like,
And you actually turned
blasphemous.
it down.
You
I know.
I was
I
like,
know. You know what? Because it wasn't just her sleeping in the back. Rocky and Tia were also sleeping, and like Rocky let me. I gotta be respectful.
I was like, the
Yeah.
disrespect was real to
It
Brandy.
was,
you
but
know?
like
I
Tay
was
Tay
like,
of all people, girl, sit down.
right.
Like I could. You have no room to talk.
Man.
Yeah, because she had y'all on a mission.
Right.
A
right.
whole mission.
A dummy mission.
Well, you know what? I want to. I appreciate that, learning about Miss Tetona Jackson and all her
Yeah.
glory, ice skating, acting, recording,
Singing.
all around, just all stars. So we'll definitely be looking out,
Thank you.
continuing to look out for you. Now, for you guys out there, we want to. We definitely have a couple special segments we want to get into real quick. So the first one we want to do is called "Speak on It." So I'm gonna let Portia kind of go in and explain the special segment, and you guys in the chat can come along with us and put in your 2 cents.
Okay, guys, so speak on it, because is a moment of truth. And you know how people, like, when they're speaking their moments of truth, they like speak on it, that type of thing. That's the idea with speak on it. And so speak on it is us just voicing our favorite moments of truth on the episode. And tonight, mine just so happened to be when Simone was in the car with them and Rocky's telling them, like, yeah, you trying to make my girlfriend into something she not. And then Simone hit her with the get on, like, no, these pictures that I'm posting, they're going to be seen by more people quicker and faster than if she was on Vogue, Elle, Vanity. Like, she gave her the whole rundown and was like, I'm not about to wait on these magazines to give us a blessing. We're going to present our own blessing, and then let our light so shine. Okay. And I loved every moment of that. So that's my moment of truth.
Oh,
Okay, that was a good one.
Yeah,
I was over here
I'm
trying
like-
to think of one. I was like, okay.
Yeah, because I did like that moment too. You dug deep into that, so that one was really really good.
Because they always have a lot of great ones, though.
They do.
They always they don't shy away from talking about Black issues.
Right. Yeah, and I do like that whole just concept of like creating your own thing. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah.
depending on others to create things for you, and I think that's really important, especially in the Black community. And I really do. For me, it's not as profound as yours, but the moment with Kunta
Yeah.
and Crystal, I just really like exploring the whole, not following in the footsteps of like what we talked about. People expect certain things of you because of maybe what you look like, because you're tall, you're this big dude or whatever. And he's like, no, that wasn't his truth. I really like that they explored that. So for me, that moment really was, speak, your truth, speak on it, speak the truth.
Right.
So for me, that's
Dang, you
mine.
stole mine. I was going to use that. No, but just to piggyback off of you, I just felt like they explored their true self. He wanted to be a mechanic, so he followed his dream. Life is too short. Always follow your dream. Like how you followed your dream, you're like, I'm not going to school. This is what I want to do. And I feel like I said, you just got to like follow your first step. If you know football wasn't for him, he wanted to be a mechanic, but he met Chris at the party. She over here having her own not self-identity crisis, but just trying to figure out what's her next move. And I like that a lot. So speak on it.
Nice.
Speak on it.
Speak on it. My speak on it moment was actually when Simone was talking to Tay Tay when they first got to the party. And she saw her come on and she was trying to play it off. And she was like, don't play no games. Like, I'm here. I went to the police station. You weren't there, and she's like, I'm sorry, let me go do it. And she was like, no, Black folks are, getting locked up and killed.
That was a good moment.
For no reason at all. I was like, ooh, and even you could kind of see it kind of hit Tay Tay like, dang, like kind of messed up, and just the way you portrayed that, and you were just very serious about it, like no joking around.
Yeah.
You were feeling that line right there.
It's not okay to be a Black person and go missing dealing with police, anything.
Right.
Like, I could be at the police station, you wound up missing. What happened to you?
Right.
No, for sure.
So for sure, so that was I like that segment. So we're gonna be doing that, and like I said, chat, you can fill in with any of your guys' thoughts. But now let's move into our predictions going forward.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Let's start with Missy. Missy, your
Oh,
predictions.
predictions. I feel like I want to know what's going on with David and Crystal. Like, I want to know, why they, separated, got a divorce. What happened within their marriage. They kind of touched on it a little bit. Like, she was saying she was unhappy, and she kind of just got married right after school. So they talked about it a little bit, but they didn't go deep into it. So I want to, I guess that's just, me trying to see, what happens between them. But predictions, that's what I want to see, honestly. So...
Yeah, I gotta take that from you. I like it because
Okay,
that's
still
really
don't.
what I'm looking for. I guess clearly we're here. We're like kindred spirits on the show. So yeah, I really want them to explore the whole dynamic between David and Crystal.
So on the show, they showed a little clip of Simone looking at Bryson's Instagram. And so I think that Bryson and Simone are going to be a thing. They either going to have sex, they going to get together, they going to do something spicy, okay? It's going to be real spicy, and I'm all here for it.
I'm gonna piggyback right off. That was exactly mine right there. I thought it was a funny quote when you were like, well, he's not that light skinned, when they were talking about
defending
you seem
your book.
Yeah. It was, so for sure, I want to see where that's gonna go. So again, Tetona, we really appreciate you coming out.
Thank you.
What kind of upcoming projects, or what can people be expecting from you?
I have a scary movie coming out called Severed Road. I don't know when, so I don't really know when to plug it, but I'm really excited about that. And then hopefully we get a second season.
Oh, I'm really hoping you guys do. Yes, for sure. And where can people follow you?
Instagram is Tetona Jackson, ITS Tetona Jackson, and then Twitter is Tetona.
All right.
Those are my two.
And Missy, where can everybody follow
Hey
you?
guys, you can follow me at Missy Bernier on Instagram.
Hey everyone, you can follow me on @TheRealNicole on Instagram and Twitter.
And I am everywhere at Portia Carter. Thanks for watching.
She is everywhere. And I'm Tanir Williams. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at TanirW. So again, hope you guys have a great week. We had a great topic today. Thanks to Tona Jackson again for coming in.
Yes. Thank you.
And we will see all you guys again next week. Take care.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.